All right, everyone. Thank you all for being here at the Regional Training Conference. So I'm going to begin my presentation. My name is Alexander Argame. You can call me Alex. And I am a Kiwanian of the Kiwanis Club of Greater Anaheim. And just like all of you, I used to be a Key Clubber. So 10 years ago, it's been exactly a decade since I graduated from high school, class of 2011. And I actually graduated from the Loera High School, the Anaheim Union High School District. All right. And first of all, I want to commend all of you for dedicating your time to Key Club. Because the time that you spend serving the community, giving your time back for a greater cause is really the best thing that you can do. And the fact that you can do it with your friends, with your division spirit and pride, like all of you are today, wearing your yellow shirts. I see some red from the Dragons over there. Sea otters over here, and we got the goldfish, right? Yeah, there you go, see? I still remember. And so the fact that you can do it all with your divisional spirit and pride makes it even better. So as I mentioned, I graduated from high school a decade ago, and the best memories that I have from high school was really with Key Club. As a freshman, I was class representative. As a sophomore in high school, I was social chair. As junior, I was elected as president of my high school Key Club chapter, and as a senior, I was elected as lieutenant governor of the Division 30 South Suns. Yeah. After high school, I had attended California State University Long Beach, and I was fortunate to receive Cal State Long Beach's most prestigious merit-based scholarship, the Presidential Scholarship, which was heavily due to my leadership, involvement, and hours upon hours of community service through Key Club. Key Club really instilled the value of serving others in me, and so I knew that I wanted to continue doing that when it came to the time to choose my major for college. At the same time, I wanted to advocate for people's health, and I was able to do this through nursing. So I attended Cal State Long Beach's School of Nursing. I was able to graduate as valedictorian of my nursing class and receive the highest honors of my university, summa cum laude. And really, what I learned and what I experienced through Key Club in high school, I was able to translate this through college, my undergraduate years, to achieve these accomplishments. And that's why I'm really here today, to delve more into how I was able to achieve that and share that with you. So since graduating from Cal State Long Beach in 2015, I've been a registered nurse, working the acute care hospital setting, serving military veterans, to the community health, preventative settings, serving people in the medically underserved, medically under-resourced service planning areas of Los Angeles County. And work experiences that I have as a nurse include the medical surgical unit, intensive care unit, post-anesthesia care unit, preoperative same-day surgery, and interventional radiology. And so seeing what I saw as a nurse working in the hospitals and working in the clinics, it made me realize that my community needs me, which is why I decided to devote my time back being involved in Kiwanis. And I saw how the community also needs more healthcare providers that really want to make an impact on the social determinants of health. And these are the factors beyond the hospital walls that are influencing people's health. I was fortunate to work with attending physicians that can make an impact not only at the hospital bedside, but also beyond the hospital walls. And this inspired me to further my education, to further my impact for people, patients and populations, which is why I'm actually starting medical school next year. And I want to share with you all how Key Club really opened the doors for me during high school and beyond. The things I learned, the values I gained, and the insights that you can all take with you as you venture forth in your education and careers. So by show of hands, how many of you here are freshmen? All right. All right, and how many of you here are sophomores? There you go, there you go. How many juniors? Yeah. Oh, wow, okay. All right, and seniors? There you go. All right. So there's a good mix of you all here, and I was in all your shoes over 10 years ago. I know some of you are still adjusting to high school, especially with everything that's going on right now. Some of you are in the process of applying for colleges, and some of you are just really excited to start college next year. And I'm sure that many of you have questions venturing forth, such as, what should I do right now during my time to get more involved? What major do I want to do once I'm in college? What clubs or organizations should I join, or even just like what college should I go to? These were all the questions that I had when I was in high school, and it was really stressful for me, and really these huge questions that you ask yourself, I've found, I've learned through the years, it's best to approach these big daunting questions with small bite-sized ones. And so before we continue, I'm going to ask that we all close our eyes. Just close your eyes, have some silence, so we can take the time to pause and reflect. So I want you to reflect on this question. What was one of your most memorable, favorite, meaningful moments in Key Club? All right, so what feeling does it give you? And now I want you to ask yourself why. Why was it memorable? Why is it meaningful? So we're going to come back to this question later, but I want to share with you all what mine was. It was actually Fall Rally 2010. And so I know all of you right now are very excited for that, doing your Spirit Nights, Spirit Rallies. As I mentioned, I was the Division 30, you can all open your eyes now. I was the Division 30 South Lieutenant Governor, so our mascot was the Suns. And for Fall Rally, yeah, there you go. And I had to wear the biggest sun costume. And this sun costume had like some really cool Ray-Ban sunglasses on it. And I had a really big smile, and I also wore a headband with some really big rays of sunshine, kind of like what Nicholas is wearing right there. Yeah, there you go. Something like that. And Fall Rally 2010 was actually a rainy day. So I tell everyone, it's because the sun wasn't in the sky. It was in the park, riding the roller coasters. It was fueling up on the funnel cakes, and it was just having a good time at Spirit Rally. And all for a good cause of the Pediatric Trauma Prevention Program of Kiwanis. And so, yeah, again, that Fall Rally in 2010 was one of the meaningful moments for me. So 4 things I want to share with you, 4 things that Key Club taught me that I have used from high school through nursing school and beyond. Number 1 is finding balance. Number 2, valuing teamwork. Number 3, appreciating the opportunity of giving back. And number 4, the importance of getting out of your comfort zone. So number 1, finding balance. So from what I remember, high school has lots of demands, lots of tests, ACT, at least during my time, SATs, ACTs, AP exams, CASIs, you name it. And on top of that, there's like school dances that you have to prepare for, and just adapting to the whole new environment of high school. And I was able to balance the demands with what I was doing in high school with what I was passionate about, which was community service through Key Club. When I wasn't studying for classes, I was out spending time with my closest friends who all had the same passion for service as me, and really we were all just doing what we love to do. So I was able to find balance while being surrounded myself in an environment of like-minded people. And while I pursued nursing school, I took the same concept that I learned through Key Club in high school. Finding balance despite the rigor of the science courses in nursing school, despite the rigor of the clinical rotations of nursing school. And so I balanced that with going to the gym, bodybuilding, as well as salsa and bachata dancing as my ways of self-care and wellness. And I even invited my clinical cohort to go to the salsa clubs with me as well, because and everyone just really enjoyed it. So that was the first point I wanted to share with you, finding balance. Number 2, valuing teamwork. As president and lieutenant governor when I was in Key Club in high school, I had to plan district conventions, regional training conferences, the divisional council meetings, different kinds of projects, events, and fundraisers. And all this really required teamwork, communication, collaboration. It couldn't have been achieved without that. And as you all know, communication and collaboration, or as all of you would expect, very important in healthcare. As a nurse every day, communicating, collaborating with nurses, doctors of different specialties, pharmacists, respiratory therapists, different medical technologists, all to promote the best patient outcomes. And so I'm glad that I was able to get the exposure to the teamwork in Key Club, which really helped me in my career. Third point I want to share with you that Key Club taught me is appreciating the opportunity of giving back. It's really an honor to devote your time for a greater good, and for me, it really appreciate more of how I can make a difference. Many times in high school, after a Key Club event, I would feel like the day was just so satisfying, so accomplished, because I was able to devote myself to a greater cause. And this same feeling I also had every time I cared for patients as a nurse. Now the fourth and final point I want to share with you that Key Club taught me is the importance of getting out of your comfort zone. So before Key Club, I was very shy. I wasn't really into public speaking, standing in front of large crowds, but look where I am now. And Key Club really gave me the opportunity to be a leader. working with dozens of other high school students, holding events, running meetings, stepping up, serving my community when they needed me most. There are many opportunities in Key Club for leadership, and I'm glad that I took advantage of them, even though it was overreaching of my comfort zone, because I grew in the process. And when leadership opportunities arose, which they will for all of you in college, I was able to take them and thrive, making me a more competitive nursing school applicant, a more effective nursing student, and overall a better nurse advocating for my patients. As a nurse, I've been in many situations that aren't easy, whether it's a patient undergoing a code blue requiring CPR and other life-saving interventions, or maybe it's working in the post-anesthesia care unit, a patient rolling out of surgery, still recovering from anesthesia and excruciating pain, requiring multiple methods of pain management, such as intravenous, oral pain pumps, or nerve blocks. Many times I had to venture beyond my comfort zone, still prioritizing the patient's safety, mindful of the resources available to me. But really, it was through Key Club in high school, getting the exposure of going beyond my comfort zone, that helped me to build the resilience that's allowed me to thrive in my profession. And so remember earlier when I asked you all to pause, reflect for a few seconds on a memorable, favorite, meaningful moment in Key Club? This is your power of reflection, and I want you to practice this. It can be with Key Club, or it can be another experience. It can be work, school, life. Try it once a month, try it once a week, make it a daily habit. Or try it during times when you have downtime, like a few weeks ago when Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram were all down. I'm sure you all remember that. And once you find what your experience was, ask yourself, why does this particular memory speak to me? Trace it back to your childhood, back to your fondest memories growing up, back to the challenges that you faced in life, the times you triumphed, or even the times that you failed. And when you take the time to reflect, remind yourself how far you've come. Remind yourself what you've achieved. Because when you allow yourself to be grateful for the little victories of the day or the huge accomplishments of the year, you grow. And you also remember what makes you unique, what makes you special, and what makes you matter. And then when you give back, serving others, caring for others, contributing yourself to a mission that betters humanity, like what all of you do right now through Key Club, well, it just makes you incredible, and really, it makes you really deserve it all. And so why am I sharing all this with you? Because I was in high school, as I've said many times, 10 years ago, and I understand the stressors that it carries. Transitioning to college was a whole other beast. Taking care of patients as a nurse many times when they're at their sickest and most vulnerable was another thing. And going back to school to take the pre-med requirements for medical school while I was working as a nurse was no easy feat. And just the same goes for the entire medical school process and preparing for interviews. But taking the time to pause, taking the time to reflect, especially during a time like now with so much going on, so much more information to consume, so much available at your fingertips 24/7, allows you to remember your why, allows you to push through when the going gets tough. And if you ever have a thought, maybe one of self-doubt, when you ask yourself, why me? Harness this power of reflection. So now that I'm a part of Kiwanis, what do I hope to achieve? Definitely continue the commitment to service, giving back. People like Mr. Frank Berry here sitting in the chair with the blue polo shirt. He was my Key Club advisor when I was in high school. And he is the definition of service. And I would not be where I am today without the mentorship from people like him. And also without the opportunities that Key Club has given me. And I also hope to be a beacon of hope, maybe even provide some guidance or mentorship for those of you who feel as though the mission of Key Club speaks to you and want to do something great in the future that's also service-oriented. As a reminder, please take advantage of all the opportunities, community service events, opportunities to meet new people, try different things out, get out of your comfort zone while you're still young and learning things you like and don't like. And remember to never stop learning. And I want to leave you all with one of the most memorable quotes from my high school days that I still reflect on to this day. It's a quote by Mark Twain. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones that you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, and catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, discover. Thank you.